Hey, good people. Waiting for you to come on. I'm actually down South Florida right now. Down here in South Florida. Figured I'd come on and talk about Don't Settle Part 2. You deserve the best. You deserve better. That's what I want to talk about. Don't settle. You deserve the best. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes. Don't settle. You deserve the best. Relationship Part 2. Wait a couple more minutes. Hey, how y'all doing? I'm actually sitting in the lobby, so you may hear a little background noise, a little music. It's all good. Hopefully you can hear me. Don't Settle, Part 2. That's what I'm going to talk about, just a couple of minutes. You deserve the best. Syracuse, Jeffrey Kimber, good to have you on. Waiting for you, good people. Waiting for you. I'm going to start in about 45 seconds. 45 seconds, about to start. All right, good people, let me go ahead and get started. Let me thank all of you. Thank all of you for coming on. Hopefully you can hear me okay. If you can hear me okay, hit the screen. Let me know you can hear me okay. All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Let me just start right here. This is actually a continuation from my talk last week when I talked about don't settle for less than the best in 2017. I'm actually down here in South Florida with two of my great preachers that I admire, Pastor Arthur Jackson and Dr. Ari Vernon. Pastor Jackson has a singles conference, which was last night, and then tonight is for married couples. And one of the things that I wanted to come on here and share with you today is this continuation of Don't Settle, You Deserve the Best. Now, when I talk about don't settle, again, what we're sharing with you is that you have to realize, again, that you deserve the best. And when you realize that you deserve the best, you will not put up with less than the best. And I want to be transparent, as I always try to be when I come on, and help you understand that we have not done a good job. When I say we, as men, we have not done a good job of treating the queen, which is yourself as ladies, as we should have. And my desire is to make sure that in the coming years, starting with this year and going forward, like I said last week, is I want to make sure that we as men are doing our part to make sure that we are treating you like you're supposed to be treated. And you think about how a queen is treated. Queens are treated with royalty. Queens are treated with the utmost respect. I can keep going on and on. But again, first, it has to start with you. You have to look at how am I valuing myself? How do I look at myself? Do I have a sort of distorted view of who I am as a woman, as a man? And again, it's just not just for women, but it's for men as well. You deserve the best. And you have to understand that you cannot allow yourself to be treated less than the best. You have to understand, I'm going to say it again, that you have to value yourself enough to not allow yourself to be treated less than the best. And so if you have some internal issues, some internal things that's happening or that has happened with you that you have not gotten past, that will keep you from looking at yourself the way God views you. That's the first thing. And you have to understand that God calls you fearfully and wonderfully made. So that means that regardless of what somebody has said about you, what somebody feels about you, until you understand that within yourself, it's going to be hard for somebody else to see that in you. Now listen to me. When I talk about don't settle in this year here, you have to understand that as men, and I'm saying this, and I'm not here to bash men, but I'm here to at least enlighten ladies. As men, we are not always 100% truthful when we meet. Now, let me go back to what I wrote about the other week also. Think about this. Why date if the ultimate end result is not going to be potential marriage? And what ends up happening, ladies, is that you love hard and you fall hard. And what I mean by that is when you meet a guy, he's saying all these sweet things to you. It's so easy for you to fall for that. And when you fall hard. Listen to me now. When you fall extremely hard. And that's going to be detrimental to you because men view things totally different from women. So when you fall hard, you get to that point where you're going out, you're dating, you're doing all those things. And what ends up happening is that you end up falling victim to having sex. And then when you fall victim to having sex, you get to the point now where you feel like this is a commitment. Whereas with the man, he does not look at it as a commitment. He looks at it from the perspective that's totally different from what you're thinking, what you're feeling. That's why I say to the women, listen to me good. I say this all the time. I don't know why it does not quite resonate with you enough. If you can go without the sex, listen to me. If you can go without the sex, your life is going to be a whole lot better. And the reason why I said it is because when you give of yourself to the man, you end up giving a part of yourself to him that you can never get back. And so once he starts to detach, and I'm not saying in all cases, but if he starts to detach, you can't get to the place where you start feeling bad about it because, again, it's in the nature of the man to have a totally different viewpoint for it than you do. I'm saying this because I have been a man. I've said this all the time for 56 years, and I'm saying to you that we have a totally different view on those things than you do. Ladies, hear me out. Trust me when I tell you, you are so valuable. You are the one who holds the key to the direction that the relationship can go. And unless you have the willpower, unless you have the strength to know that beyond a shadow of a doubt, I can assure you things will be different. Listen to me. I'm going back to what I initially said a second ago. We have to understand as men, as women, that God designed for us to be in healthy relationships. Listen to me. He designed that we would be in healthy relationships. So listen, I said it last week or 2 weeks ago whenever I was on before, and you've got to understand that our view, listen to me, our view is totally different. I'm going to say this differently. You have to understand that if you can just get this in your spirit, you have to realize that you are the one, ladies, who can either make or break a relationship if your willpower is strong enough. I promise you, you deserve 100% to be treated like royalty. You need a person who values you as well as you valuing yourself. I'm not going to be on here long. I just wanted to come on and share today that if you can get to the point of really being at a place of being comfortable with who you are, being comfortable being. Dr. Vernon shared last night, I just got an interrupted call. He says there are 3 types of single people. They're single and sinning, single and seeking, and then single and satisfied. He says the one who are single and sinning, he said you have to get to the point where you realize that being in a relationship, having sexual intercourse, you've got to get to the point where you can eliminate that. Then he talked about those who are single and satisfied. That's those who can be in a relationship, that can be at a point where you're satisfied without being in a relationship. Then he said those who are single and seeking, meaning simply this, you're waiting for God to send you the right person. And when you can get to the point where you can wait for God to send you the right person, then you're at a point where you're ready for God to send you the right person. Listen, I appreciate you coming on. I'm going to come back on later on tonight, but I really want you to understand that you deserve the best. And once you get it in your spirit that you deserve the best, you'll get the best. Don't settle. Don't shortchange yourself. Go for the best. even if it means waiting for God to send you the best. And I can assure you things will be better for you in the long run. Y'all take care. Be blessed. Good talking to y'all.